Hello. Um, this is a new study that I would like to discuss with you very briefly by the Willett Franco group with Esther Lopez Garcia as the last author. Of course, it's a epidemiological study, but on a big cohort of 85,000 women aged 60 years or older. These are participants of the Nurse Health Study of Boston. And these women have been assessed every 4 years from 1992 to 2014. So it's a strong epidemiological study. So the authors, they were asking if red meat consumption was associated with frailty. As you know, a lot of people think that eating a lot of proteins, especially animal proteins, red meat, is going to build capacity, reserves, muscle mass, strength, and in contrast, not eating enough meat in the mind of many people is detrimental because it's gonna make you weaker, have less muscle mass, more frail. Frailty basically is a syndrome where you lose the capacity to react to stress, and therefore you become more and more dependent on other people because you're frail. So what is the results of this study? Is basically the opposite of what many people think. So in this study, as you can see here, is that the relative risk of becoming frail increases with an increased consumption of red meat. So for each serving per day of red meat, there is a 13% increase in frailty. And it becomes basically 26% higher risk if people are consuming processed red meat, like salami, sausages. This is for each serving of red meat or processed meat per day. There is a 13 or 26% increased risk. In contrast, if you substitute red meat protein with vegetable proteins, you have basically, for example, with legumes, you have a 13% reduction in risk. With fish, you have a 32% reduction in risk, and with nuts, a 26% reduction in risk. So just to summarize, this study suggests, because it is an epidemiological study, it's not a randomized clinical trial, that red meat consumption is accelerating aging and therefore frailty. And this is consistent with many studies in animals and now also in humans, showing that a high consumption of proteins, especially sulfur amino acids like methionine and brain chain amino acids, are stimulating the mTOR pathway that is promoting aging, inflammation, accumulation of molecular damage, and it's decreasing the capacity of cells to repair DNA damage. The mTOR activation, FOXO-mTOR activation is reducing antioxidant capacity within cells, is increasing cell proliferation, and therefore random mutations and all these damages that are basically accelerating the rate of aging and increasing the risk of frailty. So we have basic science data supporting these data, these epidemiological data. And so therefore, I suggest you to think about what we know and don't follow dogmas based on wishful thinking, and consider how much meat you want to eat and the consequences of what you're doing. If you like these videos, just press the like button, please, and share it with your friends. And there are more to come. Bye.